The Phaistos Disc presents an early example of impressed script. The artifact was found at Phaistos in Crete, at a site dating from the Minoan civilization in the Bronze Age in the eastern Mediterranean. It is thought to be from about 1600 BC. The Minoan civilization in orange was centered here on the island of Crete. We will take a closer look. On Crete, there are at least 4 major palace structures from the Minoan period: Knossos, Mallia, Zakro, and Phaistos. Minoan influence spread across the Greek islands to the north, including Thera and Melos. The Minoans flourished in the Middle Bronze Age from about 2000 BC to about 1500 BC. In Phaistos in 1908, Italian archaeologist Luigi Bernier discovered the curious artifact. The Phaistos Disc is an example of Middle Bronze Age writing. The disc is covered with impressions on both sides. The inscriptions spiralize in a circular direction. The disc has 241 impressions. The Phaistos Disc was printed on clay with seals. The record contains 45 unique character types. So you can imagine the disc's maker had 45 seals and pressed them into the clay to make impressions. There are 61 groupings which may represent words. The characters on the Phaistos Disc may be phonetic, representing the sounds like letters, or syllabic, representing syllables. These groupings are separated by lines, and these lines are also an advanced grammatical feature, as many ancient texts really don't have any grammar marks. Often, texts did not have any spaces between words, even in much later Greek writings. Some groups are repeated in multiple sections, which gives some scholars the impression that the Phaistos Disc is a prayer or a song with repetitions. It remains untranslated. A few individuals have claimed to have deciphered the Phaistos Disc, but their conclusions can't be validated by anyone else. The Phaistos Disc occurs at the center of a language-writing world. Phaistos is here on Crete. To its southeast is Egypt, the homeland of hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs are largely phonetic, not picture writing, so we have a neighbor to Crete who is using characters largely for letter sounds. To the east in modern Iraq is the homeland of cuneiform. Cuneiform uses a syllabic system where impressions represent syllables. The Minoans themselves on Crete developed Linear A. The mainland Greeks, the Mycenaeans, developed Linear B. The Phoenician alphabet, the basis for the writing script that we use today, begins to appear in Byblos in modern Lebanon. The ancient Israelites and the ancient Greeks will later adopt this Phoenician alphabet. So we can see that Phaistos on Crete is really at the center of the character and alphabet-making world. Of all of these writing systems, Linear A and the Phaistos Disc are the two that cannot be translated. The Phaistos Disc may be a different representation of Linear A or a system used concurrently with Linear A. It's hard to tell because Linear A, like the Phaistos Disc, is an undeciphered script. While it may be tempting to think of the characters on the Phaistos Disc as pictographic, or symbols that represent words or ideas, there's a much stronger case that they are phonetic or syllabic. Contrary to common assumption, like we mentioned before, the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, centuries older than the Phaistos Disc or Linear A, are not pictographic. The characters in Egyptian hieroglyphs are phonetic. So it is likely that the characters on the undeciphered Phaistos Disc also represent sounds or syllables. The impressions for each character type are consistently shaped. This consistency tells us that the shapes are impressed into clay by a seal. So in the Minoan civilization in the Middle Bronze Age, characters are pressed by seals, almost like an early form of movable type. While we don't know what the disc says, it demonstrates literacy in the population and likely a phonetic or syllabic writing system. The disc is curated at the Heraclean Archaeological Museum in Heraklion on the island of Crete in Greece, the same island where the object was discovered in 1908.